If you are a Yes Bank shareholder, then this video is for you. So, yesterday, while doing some research on penny stocks, I was scouting through various forums and websites. So, one of the stocks that a lot of people have got stuck with is Yes Bank. Also, what I learned is when the resolution for Yes Bank came in, a lot of people thought this stock would go on to become the next HDFC or Kotak Mahindra. Unfortunately, that did not happen, and now they are stuck with a rotten tomato. So, one of the forums where a lot of questions have been posted about Yes Bank is Quora. While browsing through Quora, I found a ton of questions on Yes Bank and quite interesting answers too. So, the question that caught my eye was this one. I'm holding 100,000 shares of Yes Bank at 14.89. After averaging, what should I do? We will try to answer this question and also take a look at the answers that people have given. I will also share my view and what I would personally have done. So, a full disclosure, I do not own any shares of Yes Bank. However, I've taken the trouble to study the balance sheet of Yes Bank and also a lot of material that's available online. If you scroll down on Quora, you can see how many people are stuck with Yes Bank and they are frustrated and looking for some guidance as in what to do with this stock. I'm having 50,000 shares of Yes Bank at rupees 18. What is the future for Yes Bank shares? I have 9,000 at 65. Did you regret buying Yes Bank shares? Can we accumulate Yes Bank? I'm holding 10,000 Yes Bank shares for the next 5 years, bought at 14.5. I bought them at 400 rupees. I have 1500 shares at 20 rupees. I'm holding 14,000 shares of Yes Bank, which he averaged at rupees 17. I'm holding 2,000 at 17. I'm holding 2,000 at 130. So as you can see, a lot of people have tried to catch a falling knife and they have ended up with bleeding hands. So in this video, I will try and answer a few of these questions and also take a look at the existing answers across a few price ranges for Yes Bank. For example, at 200 rupees, at 60 rupees, at 120 rupees, and at maybe 15 rupees. So it can help you if you are holding the shares of Yes Bank closer to that price range. So starting with the first question, I have 100,000 Yes Bank shares at 14.89 after averaging. So the first answer doesn't make much sense. We will take a look at the second answer. So Satish says, I am in the same boat, dude. I have also averaged very heavily. It's the worst performing stock in my portfolio. I'm expecting that it stabilizes around 11 to 20 range. Even a couple of years here is great. Then ideally bank should perform, else it's curtains. Diamonds anyone. So Satish is right in a way that it has stabilized around 11 to 20 rupees. But then again, averaging a share like Yes Bank, which is not financially sound, which has had promoter scams, is like trying to catch a falling knife. You only average good shares like HUL, DMart, Pidlite, Asian Paints. These are the shares which you know will eventually go up over the years. You should never ever average shares which are going down due to promoter scams and have no immediate future in sight. I would be comfortable even averaging Vodafone Idea because it's a stock that has not fallen because of a scam. It has fallen because of circumstances which was not in its control. So if you are trying to average a stock, maybe even a stock that's fallen due to circumstances beyond its region. Not Yes Bank, where promoter has siphoned off thousands of crores into his own personal savings. So to answer this question, sir, you have bought 15 lakh rupees of shares of Yes Bank at rupees 14.89 and currently the share trades at around rupees 13. So you are not in a great big of loss. It's barely 15 to 20%. You can easily recover this amount if you move your money into any one of the big FMCG cores like HUL, Dabur, Asian Paints, or maybe even ITC, because ITC gives you around 6 to 7% of dividend. I would advise don't hold this share for long. It might take you 5-10 years just to recover your 10%, while a share like DMart has been doubling investors' money every 6 months. So I personally would recommend cut your losses. It's only 15%. Move that money into any of the strong performing FMCG stocks, and you will easily recover your loss in barely a month or two. You don't need to hold this stock for a few years to recover your loss. I hope that helps. So moving on to the next question. I am holding 5,100 shares of Yes Bank at rupees 299 average. What should I do? Even this guy, my god, this guy is really facing a big loss. So Naveen answers, approximately you have invested 15 lakh. The current price of Yes Bank is 16.8. That means you have lost 94% of your investment. And if you consider the current situation, no one can save Yes Bank from this crisis. If some miracle happens, then maybe, else the probability is 0.0001%. So I kind of agree with Naveen. The markets are at an all-time high, 53, 55,000. Banks have been doing well, yet Yes Bank, even after small positive news, has not reacted. So keep in mind, a share does not move if small investors like you and me buy. Even if we buy shares of Yes Bank worth 50 lakh or 1 crore a day, it won't move a lot. A share moves when big investors pump in money, and they pump in tens and thousands of crores a day, or in a week. That's when a stock rallies. And the big investors, even Junjunwala, after burning their hands in the likes of DHFL, ILFS, Yes Bank, PMC Bank, they will be very, very, very cautious. And we have so many IPOs coming. Investing in a stock like Yes Bank, it will be the least of their priority. So hoping for a big investor to come into Yes Bank, that's a big hope. So Sunena answers, you have invested 15.24 lakhs. Pretty huge investment. It's not your fault. More than 80% people are still holding Yes Bank at different price levels. Very true. Current price is 25 rupees. You cannot sell more than 25% of your holding in Yes Bank for next 3 years. Current loss is around 14 lakhs. I would like to suggest you, if you have many, then average it at this level. So I do not agree this. You don't average a falling knife. You only end up with bleeding hands. So Sharendra offers, this is a lot of money, which is now reduced to around 66,000 rupees from 15.24 lakhs at rupees 13. So let me try and answer this question. Sir, the loss that you have faced is pretty huge, and it will be difficult for you to recover. For me to see Yes Bank at 299, maybe it will take 10 years at least. So I would suggest move this money into DMart or maybe an Asian Paints. So DMart from its IPO date has given a return of more than 500%. And I see DMart at the levels of around 6,000 rupees in maybe a year and a half or 2 years at max. So you can start recovering your money faster in those multi-baggers as waiting for next 10 years just to take your money out at cost price. There are so many IPOs coming out. You can try and invest in those IPOs. Even if you get one IPO in every 3 or 4, you can easily get 70 to 80% return on the listing day. So you'll need to work hard to recover your money. Just sitting and waiting and praying for the best, that won't get you anywhere. You need to sit down with a good fund manager, move your money into a high growth stock. And if you want to gamble your money with another penny stock, I would suggest try Vodafone Idea, which has some potential going forward as a penny stock, though it has a huge risk. But if it was me, I would personally move this money into something like HUL or DMart and hold it for next 5 to 7 years, and I do believe I would be able to at least recover 70 to 80% of my loss in those stocks as compared to Yes Bank at the price that you have bought. I hope it helps. So moving on to the next question, I have Yes Bank shares purchased at rupees 120. Should I wait or sell it for a loss? So this person is looking at a loss of almost 90%. Again, it is not advisable to hold on to this position for many years to come just to recover your loss. You can make money with less risk if you are a little active and you work hard for it. Invest in good IPOs. Use buybacks by IT companies like TCS, Wipro, Infosys to your advantage. You can easily make a 10 or 20% by hedging your shares just for the buyback. So if you're active and you're intelligent, you can recover your 90% loss in a few years. It is not hopeless, but again, I would advise holding Yes Bank just to recover your loss for next 5-10 years. It is not worth it. What is the future for Yes Bank shares? I have 9,000 shares at rupees 65. Your purchase cost is 5,87,000. The current value is 3,50,000. That's at 38 rupees. Now it's at 13 rupees. I believe now the loss would be around rupees 4 lakhs. So he says right now Yes Bank looks very weak. It has also not declared the quarterly results. Now only hope left is for a strong investor to come and pull the stock out of trouble. So strong investors did come, they did pump in money, Axis Bank, HDFC Bank, SBI. But after which there was no follow-up buying by mutual funds or high net worth individuals or foreign direct investors. And hence the stock is trading in a range of 10 to 15 rupees. So even he is hoping for the stock to turn into profit soon. Hope is good in stock market, but stock market doesn't run on hope. Stock market is run by big players. You just have to tag along with the right stock at the right time. So Usha Pandey says, I don't see any future of Yes Bank now. Little spikes are okay, but not a bright future. I am sure you will be regretting the decision because the money is big, and if you would have invested in any other stock, you could have made good money. Anyway, I see no future of Yes Bank. SBI and LIC will infuse some capital and the share might go to 50-60 rupees, which it did immediately go, but then again after just I think a couple of days it's again started falling. Rest, no technical or fundamental aspects will play any role in the stock. So good answer by Usha. She is very straightforward and upward, and her prediction has come somewhat right. So Suyash says a complete speculation is what Yes Bank share are offering right now. If prospective investor comes officially on board, Yes Bank stocks could very well zoom to 100 plus. As a value investor and someone who looks at fundamentals, Yes Bank is a strict no. As I said at the start of the video, I've taken a look at the financials and the books are very bad. It still has loans of Jet Airways, DHFL, which are all down in the dumps. There are way too many other stocks which are available at a cheaper valuations and who gracefully fulfills the capital requirements too, unlike Yes Bank. As a gambler, well, you know what happens next. Just pray that Yes Bank gets an investor and funds are raised at a decent value. So again, Suyash, a fundamental investor, says Yes Bank is a strict no. I have 50,000 shares of Yes Bank at rupees 56. I am willing to hold for 5 years. What should I expect? Sir, even if you hold for 25 years, I don't see a future for Yes Bank. Reason is pandemic. And there are already good banks which are starting to struggle. If you have seen the latest quarterly results of Bajaj Finance, HDFC Bank, you will see that their non-performing assets have risen. And these are good banks. With the pandemic coming in waves, second wave, third wave, small businesses are really struggling to stay afloat. Cab drivers who have taken loans from banks to buy cabs, they are not making as much money as they used to before. So I personally have zero investment in banks. I will share my portfolio in my next video, and I suggest everyone else also avoid banks and real estate unless you want to take a gamble. I had bought Yes Bank at 75 and now it is 25. It pains me to see how much wealth people have lost. And it's not just the equity holders of Yes Bank, even the bond holders. As you might be aware, Nirmala Sitharaman, as a part of the relief package, had written off around 9,000 crore worth of bonds of Yes Bank. So I personally know an old lady in her 60s who had gone to Yes Bank to open a fixed deposit. She was instead sold the bonds of Yes Bank, promising higher returns and also being promised that her money is 100% safe. And now more than 50 lakh worth of her hard-earned money was written off. She approached me asking, Beta, can you do something? And I was helpless because if the government itself has written off, then you have no choice other than hiring a good Supreme Court lawyer and filing a petition in Supreme Court and then fighting the case for 20 years and and then hoping the money to come back soon enough so you can die in peace. So one good answer from Bharat: don't invest further, wait for the bank to be profitable over time. Since banks are money making machines, it's not hard for them to bounce back, but it will take a long time and proportionally the value could also go up. But if the NPAs outweigh the revenue, then the bank might get merged. I bought Yes Bank at 16.5. So again, sir, you are not losing a lot of money. You can easily recover your stock. You can easily recover your money in any of the good stock. Maybe a Marico, which goes up 20% every year. Or maybe a Reliance, which not only gives dividend, but with the demerger of Jio, Reliance Retail, and the Petrochem business, it offers a good opportunity. So don't hold this, you're not in much loss. You can easily recover your money in a few months. Not even a year, just a few months, or maybe even a few weeks if you're lucky. So this guy is the first guy who is actually now in profit. I bought 6,000 shares of Yes Bank at 12 rupees. How is the future? How long should I hold? So Vijay Kumar is suggesting him, if you bought 6,000 shares of Yes Bank, then I would suggest you hold it for long term, at least 3 years, as in the long term value of Yes Bank share is going to rise. Due to some issues, market was crashed, but it is predicted that in future issues are going to be sought out. Sir, market is not crashed, market is an all-time high. Maybe when you were answering this question, market must have crashed, but now the market is at high and the share is still in the dumps. And after 3 years, I still see Yes Bank at 13 rupees or maybe even 3 rupees, but not at 30. So he has listed 2 pros and 5 cons. The cons are: company has low interest coverage ratio. Company has delivered a poor sales growth of 8.17% past 5 years. Company has low return on equity. Contingent liabilities of 4,60,000 crores. Earnings include an other income of 3,400 crore. So he himself is noting down the cons and then suggesting you buy and hold for 3 years. He will make a good investment advisor. So Atul Bakshi says you have probably struck a gold mine. Very few people actually had the guts to buy Yes Bank at that price, and that was really wise. If you look beyond the current problems of Yes Bank and focus entirely on its future possibilities, Yes Bank has a really good chance of being in the business. There are some simple reasons for this. Yes Bank's owner and management did some really foolish things, and now that is taken care of, Yes Bank will function just like any other bank with a bit more supervision. So Atul Bakshi is definitely not an investor in Yes Bank. Maybe he is someone who regrets not buying it, but he is so cool about it. If you look beyond the current problems, so just look beyond the current problems. You have 5 lakh crore or debt, just look beyond it. and the future is bright. So now when people talk like this, I like to give them the example of Maharashtra Bank. Let me show you the share price of Maharashtra Bank over the years. So this is almost a 10-year graph of Maharashtra Bank. And this is what the graph of a bad bank looks like. It only goes down. You're hoping in the future is bright. The future is up, 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 but it's not up, it's down. You could also look at IDFC First Bank, which has not been doing so well. So Mr. Atul Bakshi, I would suggest you should do a bit more research before advising people if it's not your own money. So next question is, I am holding 5,000 shares of Yes Bank at rupees 40. So he has lost almost 1/3 of his wealth. A person is advising him to trade in Yes Bank, call option, put option. Many answers in Quora I found people are suggesting you hold for a few years. So why people suggest to hold, that's human tendency and a little bit of ego. Nobody likes to lose. Nobody likes to come out as a loser. And when you sell, you are officially booking a loss, and for that moment you may be a loser. And I personally have also lost a lot of money in stocks like Lupin, ITC. So there's nothing bad in being a loser. You only learn and you only become stronger. But holding on to an egg and hoping it will become a golden goose one day and lay you golden eggs, that sometimes is foolishness. So coming to a last question for the day. I am tired of averaging Yes Bank shares. I have 9,000 shares at 65. When will I get my money back from this stock? So finally, someone who got tired of averaging the shares of Yes Bank. So Ananta Mia says, nobody knows the inside story. I don't think it will be like Phoenix who rises from the ash. Never, and don't follow big investors. Analysts don't recommend investors to buy even at rupees 13 per share. There's a chance that the stock is overvalued at rupees 13. So here is a very straightforward and a very honest answer by Ananta. It's better to have small number of shares of Yes Bank in your portfolio. Do not stick on to Yes Bank in bold, which is also my personal advice. You can slowly make some of your money back with other good quality stocks, or invest in one multi-bagger. And if you want to stick with banks, just invest in a Kotak Mahindra Bank and stick with it for 10 years. I see you recovering your money with Kotak Mahindra Bank in 10 years than in Yes Bank in 20 years. So Devilal Chaudhary says, brother, I think you have done a very big mistake. Averaging is always done when you are profitable. There are no signs of Yes Bank's growth till now. So I don't think it was a wise decision to average down the prices of the stock. Now if the stock don't perform well, you may have to bear big losses. Sorry brother, but I think you did a mistake. Again, Devilal being honest about his opinion and calling him out for averaging a falling knife. So two good answers by Ananta and Devilal, which brings us to a conclusion that just holding on to Yes Bank for next 5, 10, 20 years and praying and hoping for it to recover is borderline foolish. Unless there is some great big luck or a big bank completely takes over Yes Bank and merges the same with itself like HDFC or Kotak Mahindra, etc. I don't see a future for this stock. My personal suggestion is sell your holdings, book your loss, start reinvesting, invest in IPOs, invest in good quality stocks, invest in buybacks, and you can slowly but surely make your money back in if you're lucky a few months, or definitely in a few years. I hope you found this video useful, and let me know in the comments if you like to see question and answers from Quora about stocks. Thanks for watching and hope you have a great day.